Good morning, people, and welcome once again to this program where we talk of the education of all the places around the world. Today, it's a very interesting and particular program because we will talk about what we all know as the best education of the world, the education in Norway. As year passes, the education in Norway gets better each year. That goes the other way as we can see it in the other countries. But why is the education of Norway so good? As we had been studying, there are three main points that we know why it's so good. The first one is that it's an obligatory action to study. Since you are 6 years to the 16 years, it's obligatory that you go to school and children should go if no the fathers could receive a demand from the government. Why? Because they care of the future of their person that will be the next generation. The second point is that it's very equal in all the ways. As in every country, there are two types of education there, private and public. Both are the equal as good as the other is. That it's because the government concentrates in make a very good public while the private has always been a very good education. So the government is a very important factor why Norway is what it is in the education. The third, but not least point, is that the teachers are the best of all around the world. Why? Because to be one teacher in Norway, you have to study a lot of years and you have to receive multiple of recognition. For example, getting a master's degree or examples like that. So yes, the teachers they are the best of all the world. And another very important that many think it isn't important is that education is very united with the homes. That is why they are few hours of studying and a lot of hours of going with your parents, and the parents go a lot of time to see how their children are going and developing around the schools. So the schools show the importance of the homes and the school as a union. We should remember that a lot of the previous points we talk about were created at the moment the SDG started to be applied. But well, those were some points of how education is in Norway. But now let's ask to a Mexican what does she think about the education in Norway. But also we should ask a person of Norway how is to actually live the education and not only know about thanks to technology, but live it. How do you live it? So let's go for it. Hi, I'm Diego Campo. I'm right now with Sofia, who actually lives right in Norway. I'm going to ask her some questions about the education right there. So how are you, Sofia?
Fine, thank you. And you?
I'm fine, thank you. So could we start with the questions?
Yes.
So the first one is, what do you know about the SDG number 4?
Unfortunately, I know very few of this problematic because since I was child, I have always been in some of the best schools of my country.
Okay, perfect. Do you think is one of the most important SDG to achieve?
Yes, I think it's one of the most important because for important people in the world is the basis.
Are you doing something to achieve it?
Yes, I think even I am not the most important for solving this problematic, I always try to encourage my family from Mexico and United States to study and always give all their attention in order to learn every day more.
Perfect. How does your country seems affected by this problematic?
According to plenty studies, Norway has the best education of the world, and most of the 80% of the children study. So I think we don't really face that problematic. But I have even in other countries for a certain time, like Mexico, I could see that during school time many children were on the streets, and it seems very sad for me.
Thank you very much, Sophia. Have a nice day.
Thank you, the same.
As we heard previously with Sophia, who actually lives in Norway, this problematic isn't that important over there. But right now, let's talk about a Mexican. Let's talk with someone who actually doesn't live right there and who don't understand correctly the situation. So, we're going to talk with the boy whose name is Axel Casarrubias. In a moment, we'll be right there. So here we are finally with Axel, who actually studies in Tecnológico de Monterrey, Campus Santa Fe. His father is from Munich, so he knows a lot about education here in Mexico and in Germany. So, first of all, how are you, Axel? It's an honor to have you here. So, can we start with the questions? The first question will be, what do you know about the SDG number 4? So what my cousin answered was that yes, actually he was very concerned about those SDGs. He knew that they were 17 and that they should be solved or have a great advance before 2030 and that they were proposed by the UN. So the second question we asked to him was that if he thinks that is the most important, which actually said yes, because he thinks that education is the key for a great future to the country and for the people. So yes, he was very concerned, and he even talked us and gave us some examples that Germany right now is fighting for the bad quality of education. For third question, we asked him that if he was doing something to achieve it, which actually said that no, because he wasn't there in Germany to help, but he told us that right now here in Mexico, yes, he's trying to achieve it because he, when he learned something, he told to his little brothers or to his mother or to his father, and always to be well educated, everyone. And he told us that in the future, he would like to be a professor here in Mexico so he can show good things and show some of the important things he lived around the country. For the last question, we asked him that how does your country seems affected by this problematic, which actually told us that Germany isn't that affected because he's very developed and the government gives a great importance to the education, but he thinks that it could be better, and he assured us that Mexico had the possibilities to be a better country of education. So that was it for the interviews. Thank you to Sophia and to Axel. First of all, we could see two great differences between Sophia and Axel. Sophia, who actually is living with a perfect education there in Norway, who can see that he's being blessed by having that education and that all the countries can have that education. In the other hand, we have Axel, which actually lives here in Mexico, but he studied some years of the junior high school in Germany, and well, he also knows perfectly how is the education in both countries. So yes, that was all for today, and thank you. Thank you very much, Diego, and thank you very much, Sophia and Axel. We are very sorry that you couldn't hear the voice of the second interviewer, but he was very busy right now studying the high school, so he just sent us the answers via email, so we're sorry. Well, as a conclusion, we would like to invite all Mexicans to continue fighting for this SDG because why the education here in Mexico isn't the best. We could have an education of Europe of Germany, of Norway, of many places that actually are incredible in their education. So that's all. Invite you everyone to continue fighting to give their best. Why? Because Norway started like us. They were in zero, they give many ideas until they become what they are. So that's all. Thank you for being with us these minutes, and well, have a nice day. Bye bye.